welcome to Catch Up with Max,
And Jose.
episode 7.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
All right, you've made it, dear viewer, to episode 7. So thank you.
Dear viewer. Sounds like one of those old movies from the 60s. I'm thinking of how to succeed in business without really trying. Dear reader, you've made it up the corporate ladder. Anyway, all right, moving on.
It's those Captain America videos.
Yeah.
All right, so today we are going to discuss your chocolate cake episode. It's your 1920s birthday cake.
Yes, by Agnes Jekyll, possibly pronounced Jekyll, depending on where she was from in England, and I'm not sure.
All right. Well, this is one of your episodes which I describe as the episode before Garum. So I feel like we should do a BG, AG, before and after Garum.
This is still well before Garum.
Yes, well before.
Yeah.
Because it's only the 7th episode. We're working our way there. So something about the birthday cake that you mentioned is in ancient Rome, they used to do some kind of form of birthday cake, quote unquote.
Yes.
And the requirements to getting one was that you needed to be male,
Gotta be a man.
rich, not check, political power.
No.
Not
even in my own house.
I was like, wait, what? And turning 50. You're
Not
immortal.
yet.
I mean, if you're immortal, does it count? I don't know.
Exactly.
All right. And then you would get a birthday cake.
And then you get a birthday cake. And then, for the kids, Germany also brought us Kinderfest.
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, I just love the sound of Kinderfest. Anything. It just sounds fun. And, you know. For me, we had birthdays growing up, and I'm Mexican.
You did?
Well, we don't really. Once we got older, it's like birthdays were like just not a thing. People,
My family has the birthday weekend. So not only do you get your birthday, you get an entire weekend of whatever you want.
I like that. You stretch it out.
My niece has been taking very much advantage of that fact, I guess. Because we're like, oh, birthday weekend. Okay, we get to pick dinner and everything. No. She's like, it's my birthday weekend. I get everything I want. She's so adorable.
I like that. Well, when I grew up, we did piñatas. If we had a whole small little party, and then we got cake. And what's funny about, the piñatas is you're blindfolding a kid, spinning them around so they got dizzy.
At crotch height, by the way.
And then they're swinging a stick.
Yeah, not smart.
And trying to get candy out of this piñata. And without fail, every year, some kid would get hit with this stick.
Yeah.
As soon as the candy fell,
definitely.
everyone would rush the piñata. And
Plus, I was always worried that the piñata was actually filled with bees. I don't know why.
that doesn't even make sense.
I know. I think I had seen something. You know what it was? Growing up, I saw that movie My Girl. And they hit a beehive with a stick, and it came down and ended up killing Macaulay Culkin.
That is not a piñata.
I know, but it kind of reminded me of it. So now I always think I was like that Oprah scene, bees for.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what I always thought though. Growing up, it was weird.
Well,
I was a weird
another
kid.
fun tradition coming out of, tied to cake and birthdays is I don't know if it's a Mexican-only culture. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I know what you're going to say.
We would smash the birthday boy or girl's face into the cake.
Mordida. You buy this cake and you destroy it with someone's face.
And for me, because that's all I knew growing up, it was just tradition and that's what you did. But now that I'm an adult, it's like, oh my God, we ruined full cake smashing someone's face into it.
If I ever baked someone a cake and then they smash their face into it,
well,
I'd be like, that's the last time I'm making you a cake.
Well, here's the thing. You're not supposed to smash your own face.
Well, somebody
Other people
else's. Smash yours.
And there's TikTok videos and YouTube videos
But you know it's coming.
I know, and it's part of the charm.
Okay.
You know what?
That is one tradition I'm not getting on board with.
In a post-COVID world now, blowing candles, blowing spit all over cakes, it's just not really a thing anymore. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's not the same, but okay.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, if we do bring mordida into this household,
We're not.
We should just get 2 cakes.
We're not. I'm not buying 2 cakes, but go on.
You're not making 2 cakes, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, probably.
All right. So, is there anything interesting that was left on the cutting room floor from this episode that you remember?
Gosh, I don't. You know, there is so much left on the cutting room floor in these early episodes because I tried to keep them really short.
Yeah,
you know?
this one's only like 10 minutes or less. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was crazy long.
Yeah.
Though that was right around the time that I started finding out that 10 minutes was the time length that YouTube like appreciates a video being. So you should make them 10 minutes or over. And now actually it's 8 minutes or over. But even so, like I tried to keep my history nice and concise, which is probably good. I don't really worry about that anymore. Now I say everything I want to say, and I don't care
You know
how
what?
long it
Say
takes to
People
do it.
are watching it.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that, like, the episodes, people need to remember that it's not just a food channel, it's also a history channel. Or
Yes.
it is whatever you want it to be, Max.
What was
I mean,
it? Somebody, I saw a comment just today or yesterday.
I see them often.
Well,
Yeah.
luckily he gets rid of a lot of the comments, so I don't have to see them, the mean ones. Or the ones that, this one was like, skip to 5 minutes and 25 seconds to get to not hear the rambling history or whatever. And I'm like, if you don't want to hear the history, then why would you watch a show called Tasting History? I don't know.
I don't know, insert eye roll. Like, just people.
Insert eye roll,
Come on.
indeed.
Come on.
But I'm not allowed to comment, to respond to those
I
comments.
know, we have to be polite. But it's so hard
But
sometimes.
it's so tempting to be like, why don't you go watch Just a Food Channel? There are thousands of Just Food channels.
There are a lot of good food channels out there. But he is a history primarily, I would say.
Yes.
The food follows.
Yeah, the food is secondary for me.
I agree.
I mean, I love it, but it's definitely secondary.
I agree. Well, going back to your cake episode, so instead of signing happy birthday on the cakes, people wrote or would say many happy returns of the day.
That was one of the things. There
Yeah.
were like a bunch of them, but they were never. It was never just happy birthday until the song came around.
What does that mean? Many happy returns of the day.
I don't exactly know. Like lots of good stuff should happen on this day, and it should keep happening.
It just doesn't roll off the tongue. So I'm
No,
like,
no. Happy birthday is much more pithy.
it's nice and concise.
Those ladies really hit it with that song.
And something that comes up in the comments also for this one is your cake had 24 candles.
Yes, and I'm turning 25 this year.
Ah, okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
No, it was because we had 2 packs of 12.
yeah, that's what we had at the
candles.
time.
That's what we had in the house.
In the pandemic,
And it was the very beginning of pandemic, and I'm not going to go out to the store at that point in time to get candles. Maybe if I needed to get like food or something, but I'm not going to do it to get candles. And it's weird because I remember thinking while I was doing this episode, because I filmed this, it released, I think, on my birthday. I
don't recall.
I don't recall.
I know you filmed it before your birthday.
But I filmed it a few days before. But it was like just a couple days before. Because it didn't take me 2 weeks to make a video then. It took me 3 days. Now it takes me weeks. Yeah. But I filmed it just a few days before. And I remember thinking, next week I'll be back at work to talk about this. Because they had told us we would be home for 2 weeks.
All right, well, let's not focus on
Fast
pandemic.
forward a year later.
Well,
Hi,
happy thoughts.
Jamie.
Happy thoughts.
I don't know if you can see Jamie, but he's here. He's here enjoying the camera, enjoying the flowers that Jose got me for Valentine's Day, because tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Oh, it is Valentine's Day. Well, this episode should come out on Valentine's Day.
Yes,
If I
hopefully.
can finish.
Yes, go. I'm sorry.
Well, we're rambling now. I'm so sorry. For this episode, you finish with you're gonna eat, the rest of the chocolate cake, and you partook in that chocolate cake because I actually don't like chocolate cake. I don't like chocolate ice cream. I don't like chocolate cake. But here's the thing. For me, it's the idea of the olive theory from How I Met Your Mother. If you watch the show, it's if someone doesn't like something and the other person does, it's okay because it really just means more for you.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly balanced. It's okay.
I don't mind that you don't like chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream, unless it means that you don't buy chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream when we're getting cake and ice cream.
Well, the thing for me
Which is what it means. So I always end up with like raspberry and white chocolate, which is fine. I'm not a huge raspberry fan.
you should just buy your own ice cream, to be honest. Don't eat my ice cream, eat yours. Eat your chocolate ice cream, which I'm never going to touch.
Moving on.
All right. Well, it's almost a year old. at this point.
Oh.
I don't
Crazy.
know if we're gonna do a second pandemic birthday because last year we did a Hawaiian luau, not even luau, Hawaiian themed
Last year's
quarantine birthday.
birthday party was one of my favorite birthday parties that I have ever had in my life, and I will remember it forever.
Aw.
We were going to be having a big Hawaii themed party for the release of
Animal Crossing,
Animal Crossing.
New Horizons, which came out like a year.
Yeah, so Jose had all
March.
of this like Hawaii stuff. Some of it's actually still hanging from our light
I love
fixture.
it.
I just realized this is what we don't clean, obviously. We had all of this Hawaii themed stuff, and I love Hawaii. Obsessed with Hawaii. That's where we're gonna get married. So we had all this Hawaii stuff, and Jose threw me a luau for my.
Well, I don't want to say luau because that's setting
It was
up.
a luau. No,
It was Hawaii themed.
It was a quarantine luau because we got Hawaiian food from the Hawaiian food restaurant.
Yes. Well, I had Animal Crossing was coming out in March, and I was really excited. I was gonna have a bunch of my friends and do an Animal Crossing themed.
We took these great
Island.
pictures with the frame, the Hawaii themed frame.
It was gonna be a whole thing.
Put one of those up like next to me right there. Hawaii.
So before we kind of finish off discussing this episode, some interesting things I noticed is for this episode, the camera angle is a little like looking into the kitchen.
So it was kind of for every early episode, but this one does seem a little bit more pronounced.
Yeah, because the only reason I noticed is because Rowlett, which is to the left of you, was kind of like out of the shot for a lot of it.
Oh yeah, Rowlett.
Yeah.
And that was because, remember our old refrigerator, we had like tons of just stuff on it, and it was really distracting. So I would angle the camera so it wouldn't get that. And now I guess I just don't care with our new refrigerator.
No, you've
'cause we
removed
still
a
have
lot.
stuff. We do. We don't have as much stuff on it. Actually, it's just all on. Like,
It's on the side.
You can't see
I
it.
started doing perler beads, and
But-
I stuck a bunch of magnets to things.
There was a lot. So that's why that. But even now, it's like every single episode, I'm always so stressed. I'm like, what's behind me? Can you see the pot that I was just cooking in? Because like I try to clean, but usually I was just cooking. So it's actually still a filthy kitchen that I was just cooking in. Everything is just like moved just that far out of shot. Or the I'm looking at right now, the faucet. If the faucet is like at all at an angle, it's distracting to people.
It's distracting to me. I
Because
noticed
it looks like I have a faucet coming out of my
I
head.
noticed it right away, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try to frame my shots. Well, anyway, so I just want to talk about user comments because they're always fun. Something that you mentioned in your video was getting water in your chocolate and how it seizes up.
It seizes up.
But a lot of people commented like, "Hey, there's a technique that if you maybe add a little more water, like
add more water or more if you add oil. People
some
had
kind of
different,
fat,
different ways
people
of
have
doing
different
it.
techniques that you get it to unseize or whatever it is
Yeah.
and get it workable again, which is kind of nice.
I've not tried them out. I need to. I
Yeah.
don't think I've made anything else with chocolate, which is shocking because I love chocolate.
But it's
so
nice
much.
because a lot of viewers are also bakers and chefs, amateurs.
Yeah, no,
and
I've learned a ton.
trained.
I've learned a ton from people's comments.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to think of some other things that I've learned. Things on kneading and on rolling out stuff and putting parchment down on top of the dough while rolling. Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
No, people are great.
And I also saw a lot of comments from people thinking that it's a Steve 1989 video because you mentioned that what does a 1920s birthday cake taste like, and it's like
Yes.
is Max eating at this point a 100-year-old cake?
100-year-old
Can you
cake.
imagine?
Yes.
Yeah,
No. Well, and then
I would say it tastes stale, people.
so. Yeah. So speaking of Steve, I mentioned him, but not him, in the pirate
The
episode.
hardtack episode.
Because
Yes.
I couldn't remember his name.
And that's
that,
fine.
That
Steve, if you're watching, we know who you are. We're
yeah.
sorry.
No, we're big fans. I couldn't remember his name, and like when I'm filming and stuff, it just kind of goes by in a blur. Because he actually ate like old hardtack, but many people in the comments of that video let me know who it was.
We know who he is, people. We just, at the moment, he couldn't
I couldn't
remember.
think of it.
All right. Well, I'm going to call out just one comment because this video is starting to get long again. User Horses with Hats, their comment is, I was expecting to watch a cute little old lady bake a cake. Instead, I got her hunk of a grandson and a history lesson. I'm not unhappy.
I'm not unhappy with that. Though I can't wait to be a cute little old lady one day.
I can see that for you.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I'm going
like-
to be the Mary Berry of like, by 2070.
I like that journey for you. Yeah.
Another 50 years from now.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
that would make her very old. So I don't think Mary Berry's that old.
all right, let us move along into another topic I want to discuss, and that is well, actually, it's more your favorite thing, Legos.
Lego.
Lego.
I was wondering, Seth Meyers got railed this week because he said Legos, and people came for him for saying Legos, including the official Lego.
Told me actually the plural of Lego is Lego. And to those people, I want to say it's too late for me.
All right,
Twitter, and that's just not nice.
all right, Lego.
Lego.
All right. So last week you talked in episode 6, we talked about the Lego Harry Potter castle that Jamie was
Destroying.
terrorizing,
Yes.
a la Godzilla.
Yes.
And this week you got a really nice gift.
I did.
You did. Tell me about it.
So Lego was kind enough to send me the Colosseum. It is the largest Lego set that they've ever made.
Is it bigger than the?
I guess so. It's 9,000, like 9,008 pieces or something like that. But it's over 9,000 pieces. And it comes in a big old box. And I can't wait to do it. I think I'm going to try to do like a time lapse of it. So I'll do it here on the counter or on the table. Do a time lapse of it. I'm not promising that because it might not work out, but maybe that's my goal. But then I also think, because a few people were like, you should live stream like and answer questions while you're doing it. And I think that would be fun. So we should try to do some of those.
I wonder what the
I'll leave
right
you to
platform
set
for
that
that
up.
is.
I'm
Maybe,
thinking Instagram, right?
maybe Twitch. It might be a
But
good
nobody
for.
follows me on Twitch.
I know, but it might be a good foray to kind of get you established there.
I don't know.
I-
Don't give me another.
You know, and
I don't know how to do this.
I have to do these things for him, people. Help me
Just do
help
Instagram.
him.
I don't even really know how to use that one. So,
All right. Well,
but I'm going to put it together, and you'll get to see it. And I will. I think I'm going to try to do like I don't know yet, but maybe like foods that gladiators would have eaten. I don't know that there's enough information on that, or something, and feature the
people love
Colosseum.
their Rome episodes.
Well, you know that we have a lot of Rome episodes coming up.
They are his better performing ones.
I can't talk about it too much.
All right. Let's not talk about it. It's
coming up.
Don't. But get excited, but not too
Teaser!
excited. All right. So back to Lego sets. One of the early ones that I got you was as a thank you to you for something
Yes.
you've done for me. It was the Disney Castle set, which I love just because of it's so beautiful to look at.
Yeah, it was one of the big gifts that you got me.
But is this your first big Lego set that
I
you
think so. I
had?
mean, I had some good size Lego sets. Like I had some, 900 piece. I think the AT-AT from Star Wars was like 900 pieces or something like
I
that.
got you that one too.
Did
Did
you?
I? I think I did.
Oh, maybe. But definitely my first like really massive, definitely for adults, kids are not going to put this together Lego set was I think it's Sleeping Beauty's castle because it's the one at Disney World, which I think is Cinderella's castle.
Gotcha. I like Lego too, but
amazing.
but I'm a big Pokemon fan, as viewers might know.
Right.
I wish they had bought the rights or licensing to Pokemon.
Yeah.
Instead, Mega Constructs got it, which I don't hate.
Yeah, they're
It
good.
looks cool.
They're good.
But
They're
it's
not
not Lego.
Yeah.
I have a Mega Constructs Tyranitar, which I need to put together, which I think I'm gonna do,
I got you.
which you got me for Christmas actually.
Yeah.
And I want to put it together, and I think it would have that Godzilla moment standing next to either Hogwarts or the Colosseum. I just don't know how big it is, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
All right, well, while you build your Colosseum, I'll be on the side
Build your Tyranitar.
doing my poor man's Mega Constructs.
They're well done. They're
Yeah.
actually harder because the bricks are tiny.
Yeah, well, something to do. So I was watching, or we watched together a while back, this series called The Toys That Made Us, and there's an episode
so good.
entirely devoted to Lego.
Lego.
It's amazing. So I just want to call out some quick trivia that I learned.
Yes.
So Lego started in Billund, Denmark, with Ole Kirk Christensen and his carpentry business in the early 30s.
Everything was
1930s.
made of wood.
Yes, he was making toys.
Right.
Because he was a carpenter, so he would make wood toys. So in 1934, he switched to 100% just toy manufacturing, and then he took two Danish words, Legot, and smashed them together, and that's what you get, Lego.
Wait, what? Which words?
It's Legot, but it's pronounced Legot.
Anyone from Denmark, please. Let us
Correct.
know how to actually say that.
Help. But, you know, but the words meant play well,
Right.
and that's how you got
Play
Lego.
well with them. I love them.
So in the 1970s, they added the minifigures. And one of the things that you remember from watching it was...
Right. The pieces, they were no gray pieces when they started out. Because they didn't want kids building tanks. Because it was right after World War II. And they didn't want kids building tanks or anything like that.
Yeah, they didn't want them building weapons. So the castles that they released in 1978,
the first castle
which is a popular set, was a yellow castle.
Bright yellow castle.
But they've
relented.
not long after.
Though there
but-
aren't really any like war themed, like real world war.
Well, when they added Star Wars,
Right, but that's not like real world.
Right,
You know,
right.
there are no like, I don't know, Korean War set or anything like that.
Yeah.
Though if there was a Civil War set, I would definitely play with that.
well, check out the documentary.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth
It's a
watching.
good 40 minutes. It's fun, interesting, especially if you're a Lego fan.
Yes.
All right, so for today's plushie, we have Rowlett, which we've already called out earlier.
Owl Jolson.
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring.
For the Looney Tunes.
It's not Looney Tunes.
It's not?
No, it's one of those older.
I think it's a Tex Avery, but I think it is Looney
Right.
Tunes.
Well, if it's Tex Avery,
It
then
goes
it's not
far
Looney
back
Tunes.
though, but I think he falls under Looney Tunes. Leave a comment in the condiment section if correct him. He thinks he knows everything. Rowlett, you chose Rowlett. I chose Poplio for the Pokemon Sun and Moon when we were playing that
For our
those games.
starters, right.
Yes,
And then there's the red cat too. I like
Litten.
him.
But he's a cat. You love cats.
He's really cool when he graduates, evolves.
Yeah. So in future episodes, I did my best to kind of match the Pokemon plushie to...
Right.
To your
It doesn't
recipes.
always happen.
But it doesn't always happen because you know
because
what?
there are only so many.
There are so many,
Yeah.
and you know there are a lot of Pokemon, and there are a lot of options. But you know it just doesn't always work out.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
sometimes it's a stretch.
Sometimes it's true. Well, and sometimes like we link it to the history.
I didn't do it as
and
much in the
stuff like
earlier
that.
in the earlier
Well, we
episodes.
were trying.
Yeah, and
I feel like we fell upon that
with Garam maybe.
with Garam when
Yeah.
we had who was it? The little
It was Magikarp. It was
Magikarp,
Fish, which
yeah.
worked out. But honestly, even if the Pokemon exists, the plushie might not exist, or I
Right.
might just not have it. So thank you for your fans who have sent you plushies here.
Yeah,
and
they've
there,
sent us dozens of plushies, which is fantastic because they're gonna make it in the videos.
which I greatly appreciate. So thank you. And as we start to wrap up, I had a funny thought. Earlier, we were having a conversation, and in my head, I was thinking, it's like, oh, like I wish there was a camera on us just to kind of capture this moment.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like RuPaul, where it's like,
If the cameras aren't rolling.
the supposed quote was, "Nothing you say matters unless the camera is rolling." That's like, no, Max, save this for catch up with Max.
I don't even remember what we were talking about now.
But it happens in the car sometimes. We're
it's
having
like, don't say anything clever if the camera isn't rolling.
But I'm gonna need Jamie or Cersei to learn how to use the camera so they can
Yes.
follow us around.
Yes.
With this.
I can see that happening. Us training our cats to use the camera.
But you had your own paparazzi moment earlier in the day today.
Paparazzi.
Not paparazzi. No, I'm sorry.
I was waiting a long time for a sandwich, and I had said my name, my full name, like they were asking, and someone was like, "Wait, are you tasting history?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, I love your show." And then they left. It wasn't that exciting, but it was really exciting for me. It was the first time somebody outside of
Kind of fun.
my condo.
But it's funny that they called you Tasting History, not Max from
Yeah.
Tasting History. Like you are
Like,
walking YouTube channel.
Clearly, I need to do some better branding, include my name in there. Well, I have added my name
You
now.
have.
Because a long time, the title of the channel was just Tasting History. and it got verified, and then I changed it to Tasting History with Max Miller.
Now you're not verified?
I am now, but for a long time I wasn't
were.
verified, because if you change the title, you don't get verified.
That's so funny. All right. Well, this has been fun, so thank you. I just want to say that with it being Valentine's Day, there are a lot of holidays. So if you're in the United States, happy President's Day. It's coming up. I hope you're having a good holiday weekend. And regardless of whether you have a significant other or not, in Mexico, we celebrate Valentine's Day as El Día de Amor y Amistad, which is the day of love and friendship. So, you know, just be kind to yourself, be kind to others, give a stranger a compliment, give a friend a compliment. You know, it goes a long way.
Giving strangers compliments is the best thing to do. Somebody last week said that they liked my hair, and it made my day.
It brightens up your day.
It really does.
It's
Compliment
someone
a stranger.
saying, "Hey, you were great out there."
Because for some reason, a compliment from a stranger means 100 times more than it does from someone who knows you.
It means
Go on, I totally interrupted
No,
you.
no,
what
but
were
you know,
saying.
it's true though. So it's like
does.
it takes nothing to be kind to each other. So be kind to each other. Have a wonderful weekend, whether it's celebrating with your friends, family, your cat, your dog, your beloved
Hamster.
other, your hamster, or your black rat. Well, thank you, friends. Thank you for watching Catch Up with Max. Please like, subscribe, comment.
Hit that notification bell
my
so
God.
you never miss an episode of, I was going to say Tasting History, but
No.
Catch Up with Max?
You scared me.
Oh, sorry.
I
talked
appreciate
too
you.
loud for him.
You do talk loud. So,
All right.
so shrill.
Sorry.
Well, thank you,
But
friends.
we're going to get into it after we turn off the camera now.
Oh, God.
So shrill.
I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Catch Up with Max.